So a lot of people say they want to be immortal. They want to have the wings and the cosmetic sets. They want statues and to be on the wall of honor. They want all of the glory, but a lot of them don't know that some of these things are locked behind something called immortal ages. And today in this video, I'm telling you everything you need to know about it. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Captain Nemo. Welcome to another Diablo Immortal video. Today, we're going to be talking about the Immortal progression. We're talking about the Immortal Ages, a thing that unlocks a whole bunch of rewards and things that you need in order to progress the entire Immortal faction. And today, in this video, I'm going to tell you everything you need to know about it. Just before we get started, make sure to smash the like button, hit the subscribe, and stay tuned to the latest Diablo Immortal content right here on Scrappy Academy. You can find the Immortal progression system right here in the Immortal tab if you notice that there is something called the Ages. Now, the Ages are unlocked as you unlock more and more contribution points and gain dominance as the Immortals. But what are these Ages and what do you really need to do with them? Well, as you may know, like Immortals have capes, or they have cosmetics, or they have statues, and they have buffs and things like that. All of those things are tied in to these Ages. So you as the Immortal faction are actually not really that strong until you start progressing through these ages and gain some of the things that you need in order to fight the shadows and do all of the rest of the stuff you need to do as the Immortal. So in order to see the Immortal Ages, you have to come over here to the Immortal tab, and right here in the center is the progression. So it starts off at the beginning with Bronze 1. This is where the Immortals, if you were to become Immortal, this is where you would start. And it progresses in 4s. So Bronze has 4 sections, and then there's, Silver and on and so forth. So right off the bat, if you notice, you unlock the Immortal Cloak for all of the regular Immortals. So the regular cloak, not the Lieutenant one or the Immortal himself, those actually get unlocked way later. I believe it's like Silver 2. So if you take a look at like my cloak, for example, because I'm the Immortal, this cloak right here, that only gets unlocked, I think, at like Silver 2 or something like that. But the regular cloak for all of the normal Immortals gets unlocked right off the bat, which is nice. But that's where you get it. So the other thing you get also from the Silver Age right here, take a look, you get the Crown Rank Power at 1. So there's 2 things, the Crown Rank Power and an Eternal Power. So as you go to Bronze 2, right, so as soon as you get to Bronze 2, you unlock Keon's Ordeal 1, which is what allows you to actually run Keon's. I believe that's like 39k. You progress your Eternal Crown rank to 2. We'll talk about that in a second. You get a Bronze Age chest, which gives you a whole bunch of like aspirin keys and stuff. And then the Crown Rank Power right now at this point is 1. So you're able to actually use your Crown powers at that point. Then when you get to a higher thing, you get weekly commendations, so they go up. You also get Eternal Crown rank goes up. You get a better cloak, as you notice, the cosmetic cloak variant that's unlocked for, I believe, the elites. And then you also get that cosmetic set. So this is the first cosmetic set you get as the Immortal. So everybody gets this unlocked depending on what class they use. So because I have the cloak of the Immortal, this is what mine would look like. That's the first set. And as you keep going, so once you get to, let's see, Bronze 4, you graduate to Iron, you get more weekly things, you get higher Eternal Crown. As you go up, I believe right here is you get another chest at Iron Age 2. You get a chest, the Eternal Crown goes up. I'll talk to you about that in 1 second. And this is where the Lieutenants get their cool cloaks. You go up with more weekly commendations, and you get to Keon's Ordeal higher. So as you push up higher and higher and higher, sometimes, as you can see, it's just like eternal ranks right here, the crown rank, then the crown powers, and then you also get the weekly commendations up. And then other times, it's more. Like, for example, it gives you the Keon Ordeal that goes up, or like if you look at the Silver, is this Silver 2? Yeah, Silver 1 right here is when the leader gets his cloak. So my cloak gets unlocked at Silver 1, and as you go higher, you get to higher Keon's Ordeals, and then I think it's Silver, is it Silver 3? Let's take a look here. You get another cosmetic, yeah, right here. At Silver 3, you get a cooler cosmetics for all of the Immortals. Take a look at this one. What do you call it? It's the Exalted Immortal Cosmetic set. I actually really like this one. Looks pretty cool. So that you get that, I believe, at Silver 3. Another thing, as you go up in the ages, you also unlock the Hilt Trader. Those tabs get actually unlocked the higher you go. So for example, this one right here, will unlock the hilt traders, the top 4 items. The first one, I believe, will only have 1 or 2 unlocked. So as you go up higher in ages, you get to buy, or you get an opportunity to buy more things from the hilt trader or from that immortal tab. You don't get it right away when you unlock the immortals. And as you progress to the silver and get into the gold, again, it's more weekly commendations, you get eternal crowns, you get gold chests, and then the powers go up. And that's how it goes all the way up. The highest one right here is gold 1. We didn't get to it yet. We're actually kind of close, if you notice. We're in silver 2. We need silver, 2 more in silvers, and then 4 more right here in golds to max out the Immortal Faction completely. But right here, you get the Treasure of the Ages. You get the Eternal Crown that goes up, you get the rank that goes up, and then of course the last thing is you get more weekly commendations. So that's kind of how it works. The higher you go in this, the more you progress a whole bunch of stuff, obviously. But one of the things I was talking about is that crown rank, right, and power. So if you take a look at your crown rank and power right here, it increases 2 things. The crown power and rank increases the damage for the immortals, as well it also increases the actual powers of the crown themselves and how long they last. So our eternal crown right now is pretty high. So I'm level 4 as the immortal, and I'm able to actually run my buff for 25 seconds. Every time it goes up and up. I think it started with 15 seconds or something like that. So this is really nice. And again, it's the same deal for all the rest of the lieutenants as well. So as you increase your crown rank and crown power, you get a better buff for yourself lieutenants, and you get a better buff for the entire Immortal Faction. And of course, it gets to last longer and on and so forth. So you definitely want to make sure that you progress those immortal ages, because you're going to need to do a bunch of stuff if you want to be successful immortal. If you want to run higher Keons or deals, like for example, in this case for us, we're running Keons 4. So we're able to run 4 Keon instances at once, which means that 200 or close to 200 of our immortals can participate. If you don't go higher in the progression for the ages, you might have issues because you might not be able to run some of the Keons. You won't be able to unlock all the rest of the things. And again, you won't get as strong as you possibly can as the immortal, but when the shadows come for you in the Rite of Exile. And last thing I want to mention about the ages, I talked about this in my immortal overview and deep dive into the immortality. I'll link a video for you up top, which gives you like all of the details you need, a full breakdown of everything. But basically I talked about concentrating power. So if you notice, you can concentrate power on specific things. Well, one of them is focused on gaining dominance. So if you have this selected, what you'll get is you'll progress through the reigns a little bit faster. If you notice, if you have this selected, you gain 1.2 dominance every time. So every time somebody actually comes into here and they contribute, instead of getting 1, you'll actually get 1.2, which will allow you to progress through these ages, immortal ages, a little bit faster. Nice thing, you gain basically a day for every 5. It's kind of a nice thing to get. So just think about that if you're trying to progress a little bit faster. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the breakdown of the immortal ages. If you have any questions, make sure to comment down below. I'll try to answer all of them. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one.